Your party has braved the snows of the pass, but now must travel north along the misty mountains for league upon league as you escort Arwen to her father's house. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Line Unbroken, my progression-style playthrough series of the Lord of the Rings living card game. Here I am playing the Nightmare version of Road to Rivendell. I recently set up a Warden of Arnor Patreon account, so if you enjoy this video and my other content, please consider pledging. There will be a link in the description of the video and possibly at the end of the video as well. So, as far as the quest goes, I mulliganed this hand. The first hand had one timely aid and no other secrecy cards in it, so I think this one is better. Whereas over here, I mulliganed looking for some extra willpower to start off with. Didn't really get any. Well, I mean, the red marks minus is something, but not lots. So, Rivendell. Nightmare card says, forced. When an enemy with the ambush keyword engages a player during the quest phase, it contributes its threat to the total threat in the staging area until the end of the phase. And we set up, put Arwen and Arnor into play under the control of the first player, shuffle the encounter deck, reveal one card from the encounter deck per player, and add them to the staging area. So, Elfstalker. Well, it's not impossible for me to deal with this, so I'll take it. Ambush means it will engage this player, of course, because it has an engagement cost of 5, which is very ridiculous, but whatever. And Pathless Country. Okay, that's not too bad a start. This is a wild and perilous country, and it is dangerous to follow the roads. The mountains rise up on the right, impassively watching your slow trek among their foothills. So Control N. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play Resourceful onto Darling, and then play Timely Aid, looking at the top 5 cards of my deck, and I'll bring this Dual Darling Wanderer into play. Shuffle, discard that, this card should draw a card. This deck should work right now. So that's it for this deck. Over here I will get rid of Ark's Finest and the Gondorian Shield onto Berigond. And that would be it. So questing. There is 3 threat in the staging area. Quest for 2, 4, 8. I'm kind of inclined to leave it at 8. So we reveal. Followed by Knight. First player, choose one that deals 1 damage to all allies in play and followed by Knight gains Surge, or all enemies engaged with players make an immediate attack if able. Well, all enemies would be just this Orc Elfstalker. I can possibly deal with that, so I'm going to take that option. Berigond will defend the attack and play behind strong walls to ready himself. A bit of known characters, ally, discard it from play. Okay, and second card of staging is the Chieftain of the Pit, of course. He gets +3 attack until the end of the round, but his engagement cost is 27, so I won't actually have to engage him. That's fine. I can just leave him there for this round until he goes back down to 5 attack next round. So there is now 5 threats in the staging area. I make 3 progress. Travel to the Pathless Country, ignore the Chieftain of the Pit. Combat, Berigond will defend. Return attacking enemy to the staging area after it attacks. Well, I mean, I could attack for 5, do 2 damage. I think that's not that significant, so sure. Goes back to the staging area. I will play my second copy of Timely Aid. And okay, since Gandalf is temporary, I'll just bring Glare Wine. Shut my deck. And then let's have this deck draw a card. We are not idle. Which I'll just play to draw another card. Okay. Arwen moves with the first player token. Control enemy. Of course I couldn't use Haldir's ability because setup does count as part of the first round, so I had engaged an enemy that round and thus was unable to trigger Haldir. Extra results from resourceful there. Okay. Ancient Maven could be a decent idea. Circuit the secondary Mark's Forest. Circuit saving up for the Warden tracker, though of course I can get extra resources from Arwen. I'm going to put the Ancient Maven on the Pathless Country. And leave it at that. Over here, let's play Out of the Wild for 1, since I'm in secrecy. Look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Okay. Tumultuous Assault. Returning to engaged enemy with the ambush keyword to the staging area. That's not too bad. Followed by Knight generally isn't too bad. Bear isn't too bad. So it's going to be this Goblin Taskmaster. Honestly, none of these are what I think of as ideal targets for Out of the Wild, but the Goblin Taskmaster is the worst of them. And in general, if I don't see a particularly horrible treachery, then I probably want to be removing enemies so that I don't get swarmed too much. Yeah, let's play Steel Gondor and Barnum. I'm exhausted to get back the 2 resources I spent. And then pay 2 for the Steel Dome Wanderer, since I really want more combat power at this point. Now there's 5 threats in the staging area. I'm going to be placing 2, 4, 8 in. Actually, I think I'm going to take back that Ancient Maven. I don't think it's going to come up. Then I can save the Warden tracker. So 2, 4, 8, 9 actually. It's as good as I can do. Pathless Country and Knees of the Mountain. So that's another 5 threat added. We're currently losing by 1. But I can discard to Aerin. So honestly, at the moment I'm trying to hold on to my secrecy, so I'm going to discard this Deep Knowledge to boost Aerin and just break even. It may take me a little while to get going in this quest, but I will get there. So, this deck is first player, so I can engage both of these. Because the Knees of the Mountain is in the staging area, they both get +1 attack until the end of the round. So they are both attacking for 6. I did not think this through. clearly. No, I really didn't think this through. Let's have this deck draw a card. Nope. Okay, so Paragon will defend this one. Okay, and I guess the Line Wanderer will have to defend the Chieftain of the Pit. He dies. Now I can attack the Chieftain of the Pit for 1, 4, 6 and kill it. Of course, I had Baragon defend the Elf Stalker rather than the Chieftain because forced when Uruk Elf Stalker attacks and destroys a character, deal 1 damage to Arnor and Domio. I didn't want to do that, so I'll do it this way. Okay, Control M. Announcement of Courage. Okay, extra resource from Resourceful, 2 more from Steward. Let's play Faramir and play this Resourceful and Haldir. A little bit more attachment space. Now over here, that unexpected courage is pretty tempting. I'm going to play the Dagger of Westerness onto Haldir right away. Of course, the Northern Tracker would be pretty significant actually, so now let's play the Tracker. Unexpected Courage can wait. And okay, there is 5 threat in the staging area. So let's quest 2 for arms of resources going in. 2, 4, 8, 9. And we reveal Turbulent Waters and Orc Raiders. Ambush. So they will not ambush this deck, they will ambush this one, and after they go to player, that player discards 2 attachments he controls available. And they control 1 attachment, but it is a bit annoying to lose it. And because of the Nightmare effect, this still contributes its threat to the staging area this round. So that has added a total of 4 threats to the staging area. If I trigger the Riddermark's Finest, I could immediately clear Turbulent Waters or Knees of the Mountain to get some progress. Oh, this guy has +1 attack until the end of the round. Suppose I could have avoided that if I had just cleared the Knees of the Mountain in advance, though it's not really a problem. So yeah, some progress could be nice. I don't really need to hold on to the Riddermark's Finest. So exhaust and discard the Riddermark's Finest for 2 progress on Turbulent Waters. Meaning there is only 6 threat against me. I make 3 progress. After at least 1 progress token is placed on Partner's Country, remove 1 progress token from it. Oh yeah, this is also Partner's Country, so the Northern Tracker did nothing. Oh, I can also trigger Faramir, so hang on. This deck is questing with 2 characters. This deck is also questing with 2 characters, so either way it's +2. But I'm pretty sure the way this works is it's after at least 1 progress token is placed that you remove 1 progress. So if you clear it, you make 5 progress all at once, then I think it is explored before you get the chance to remove a progress. That's the interpretation I'm going with. So that is fine. That's going to give my willpower Faramir. I'll travel to the other part of this country, and now do these shadow cards. So Haldir, this deck did not engage an enemy this round, so Haldir will declare an attack for 5 against the Orc Raiders and kill them. And there's a sleeping sentry, that's nice to see gone. And I'll draw a card for this deck. Sneak attack to go with my Gandalf, that's nice. Baragond will defend this. Excess damage dealt by this attack must be assigned to Arnor and Rivendell. There is no excess damage, just 1 damage to Baragond. I could attack for 3, but that would be it, and would do no damage. I'll let us back over here, control him. Alright, so let's play this Westfold Outrider. Now let's play the Blue Mountain Traitor, then move him over here to steal a resource from Warden, and then play Unexpected Courage and Haldir. Now over here, I want to use this sneak attack Gandalf, obviously. I'm no longer in secrecy, so I do possibly want to save the Rivendell Scout for when I am in secrecy, though not necessarily. I have plenty of resources, so let's just play him. Actually, just in case of multiple shadow effects that I want to cancel, I'll hold off on that. So, in the quest phase, I sneak attack Gandalf. And of course I could drop back into secrecy, but I think I want to draw more cards. Okay, and I found another sneak attack. So that's fine. There's 2 threats in the staging area. Quest for 2, 6, 7, 11, 13, 14. Let's hold back Haldir. Okay, Raiders will ambush this deck, which has no attachments to discard, because this deck is actually at 21, so it would have been engaged, except this deck is first player. And Treacherous Bluffs. Forced, when an enemy with the ambush keyword engages a player, Treacherous Bluffs gets +2 threat until the end of the phase, but of course that only would apply if it was already in play when the ambush happened. Since the Orc Raiders came first, this doesn't do anything to you. So, I've added 2 threat to the staging area, I make 10 progress. Now let's travel to Treacherous Bluffs, so I can get rid of them. Gandalf is back in my hand, of course. Oh, I should have used Faramir as well. I was questing with 3 characters on both sides, so it makes no difference. Now let's have Glael draw a card for this deck. Another Northern Tracker, okay. Field Shadows, once again Haldir can use his ability to kill the Orc Raiders before they attack. And Baragond will of course defend. Takes 1 damage. So now I can attack for 1 through... Haldir only gets +1 from the Dagger Westerness for this, because this has an engagement cost of 5. So I'll attack for 1, 3, 7, 9. That's still enough to kill the Elfstalker. things are looking pretty good. I'll run this back over here. Control N. Extra resources. Alright, let's play this deep knowledge. 2, draw 2. Found all my northern trackers. Don't need... I could actually use this to add resources over here. Nothing that says it has to be hero you control. So, okay, I'm going to save that for the moment. I'll play King Under the Mountain onto Arnor. Then exhaust it to the top 2 cards. I'll discard Gildor and keep the Ranger Spikes. Play the Ranger Spikes. Play Peristor. And leave it at that for the moment. Now over here, I'm going to pay 2 for Blue Mountain Trader. Pass the Blue Mountain Trader across the table to steal resource from Haldir. Now this deck will play We Are Not Idle, exhausting both these Blue Mountain Traders to add 2 resources to Aerin and draw a card. And then let's put 1 for an Ancient Maven underneath the mountain and 2 for the Roadmark's Finest. Actually, you know what, let's just put both Ancient Mavens here, let this deck have all of the cards. Actually, no, it doesn't need it. Actually, no, I'm going to take back both of those Ancient Mavens and the Roadmark's Finest and just play another Northern Tracker. So, questing, sneak attack, Gandalf, drop my cut by 5, so I'm back in secrecy, and quest 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 15, 17 against an empty staging area. And we reveal, followed by night. Okay, so first player, choose 1, deals 1 to all allies in play and followed by night, gains surge, or all enemies engaged with players make an immediate attack available. All can be 0. I choose to say that all enemies engaged with players make an immediate attack. There are no enemies engaged with players, so it does nothing. Orc Ambush. Search, when revealed, all Orc enemies in the staging area engage the first player. If there are no Orc enemies in the staging area, return all Orc enemies in the encounter discard pile to the staging area, if able. This is a ridiculous card which should not exist. Because, of course, there being no Orc enemies in play, because I've been doing the sensible thing and killing them as they come up, this would, if not cancelled, return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies from the discard pile to the staging area. It could get worse. I could have been further through the encounter deck and returned all the Orc enemies from the encounter deck to the staging area. But instead, I'm going to exhaust Eleanor to cancel this. Which of course replaces it with the next card, in addition to the fact that it surges Arthur's Country and Concealed Woods. So, 7 threats in the staging area. I will exhaust Faramir, targeting this deck, which is questing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, so 22 against 7. I make 15 progress. Okay, so if I can discard 1 card to alien, then I will advance the quest. I could possibly ditch my last northern tracker. 2 may well be enough. Or I'm going to leave an ancient Warden actually. So this is explored, and I advance the quest. A new nightmare quest stage, rather than the original stage 2. When revealed, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and victory display, so using Out of the Wild on it wouldn't have helped me, for Goblin Gate, and add it to the staging area if able. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until X enemies have been discarded, where X is the number of players in the game. Reveal all enemies discarded by this effect. So, Goblin Gate went as a shadow card earlier. Here it is. Add it to the staging area. Then shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard until I get 2 enemies. Okay, Raiden Party and Krabanth are the 2 enemies that I'm getting. Raiden Party will of course land on the Ranger Spikes, so it'll be doing nothing for the rest of the game. Then Krabanth, Surge into another Raiden Party, which has the ambush keyword. So did the first one, but that was rendered moot by the Ranger Spikes. But this one still, it makes no difference because it's an engagement cost of 34 and my highest threat is 32, so I'm safe from the Raiden Party. So, ambush in the night. When revealed, the first player loses control of Arwen and Domion and attaches her to Goblin Gate. She is now guarded by Goblin Gate. While she is guarded, the first player cannot gain control of Arwen and Domion. Goblin Gate gets +1 quest point for each enemy engaged with a player. Progress cannot be placed on this stage unless the players control Arwen and Domion. At Goblin Gate, of course, while it's the active location, the first enemy revealed from the encounter deck each round gains ambush. If that enemy engages a player, it makes an immediate attack. Deal and resolve a shadow card. The immediate attack is the main difference that this makes, because most of the enemies in this quest have ambush anyway. Of course, if I don't have engaged enemies, then this only has 4 quest points, so I can get through it pretty quickly with my normal trackers if I wanted to just not travel to it. I'm actually kind of tempted by that option. Obviously it will mean that I can't put progress here at first, but I think I'll cope, so I'm going to travel to the Pathless Country. And now let's engage the Kraban, but not the Raiden Party. Oh, Gandalf is of course back in my hand. Baragond can defend this. The defending character is an ally, discard it from play. It's not a problem. So Haldir will use his ability to attack into the staging area for 5, deal 4 damage. Clairwine will draw a card for this deck. My Northern Tracker and Westfold Outrider can kill the Kraban. And I will play this Timely Aid. And let's take the Warden of Healing, who I can then immediately exhaust to heal 1 damage from Baragond. Control N. Things are looking pretty good for me. Extra resources. Card here. King of the Mountain. Don't need the 3rd resourceful. Okay. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's pay 2 for the Riddlemark's finest. And that would be 8. Over here, 2 for the Ranger Spikes. Rivendell Scout is free because I'm back in secrecy again. Yeah, let's play this down dreams. Discard the Galapagos Minstrel. Play down dreams again. Discard King Under the Mountain. And play Head of our Feather Song. So, alright. Yeah, let's, in the quest phase, sneak attack Gandalf, and drop my threat by 5. And so, threat in the staging area is, well, actually, I will commit to the quest first. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, which places progress on these. There's nothing that says Goblin Gate is immune to player card effects. So I will then exhaust and discard the Riddlemark's finest to put 2 more progress on Goblin Gate, which explores it. That means that the first player takes control of Arnor again. So there is now 6 threat in the staging area. I'm requesting for 20. Reveal. Tumultuous Assault. Return each engaged enemy with the ambush keyword to the staging area. Fine, done. Each player makes engagement checks against each enemy in the staging area as if it were the encounter phase. Also does nothing. If there are no enemies with the ambush keyword in play, Tumultuous Assault gains Surge. There are enemies with the ambush keyword in play, so that treachery in its entirety does nothing. And Knees of the Mountain. Okay. So I've added 2 more threat to the staging area. I'm currently making 12 progress. This deck is questing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters, so I exhaust Faramir and get an extra 8 willpower and make 20 progress. And I can put progress here because I do control RLM. So, that is enough progress. I advance to stage 3. Orcs and other creatures have hounded you since fighting your way free of the Orc outpost. Soon you will reach the safety of Rivendell's borders, but... oh, sorry. Before I advance the quest, I heal Baragond. Soon you will reach the safety of Rivendell's borders, but supplies have dwindled and you are dead weary from sleepless nights and keeping watch as dark forms shadow your camp. Reveal 1 encounter card from the encounter deck. The player and added to the staging area, characters cannot be healed. If the players defeat the stage, they have won the game. So, 2 more cards revealed. Undisturbed Bones. Each player must deal X damage to 1 ally he controls. X is the number of allies he controls. Okay, Warden of Healing can't do anything anymore, so he can safely die. And this will be killing something over here as well, because 4 allies. Let's kill off the Westfold Outrider and Pathless Country. Okay, so Gandalf is back in my hand. Travel to Pathless Country. Rare Wine this deck. Discard that Steward of Gondor to Aristotle to draw a card. Okay. I'm going to transfer these two Blue Mountain traders to steal Baragon's resources. I don't actually want those resources. I'm just doing this so that next round I can transfer them back to get more spirit resources. And I kind of want to engage the raiding party. So, okay, yes, I can do this. So, but I'd have to trigger the forced effect. So I guess I should not do that. The thought I was having was I kind of wanted to engage the raiding party, so then I could actually declare Arwen as the defender against it, just so she would exhaust and get me an extra resource. And then, before the attack resolved, Haldir could use his ability to kill the raiding party. But, of course, the forced effect would go off, so I'm just going to do without that one extra resource. Haldir will use his ability to attack into the staging area, kill the raiding party. Arnor will come back over here and control N. Okay. There's also these cards. So, well, first of all, I transfer these guys back and take those two resources onto Airwing. Then let's play We're Not Idle, exhausting those two guys to put two more resources on Airwing and draw a card. I play Out of the Wild. So the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Orc Ambush won't be too bad. Let's get rid of the Orc Elfstalker because I hate that guy. Honestly, I'm potentially at the point of just winning a quest here, so I'm just going to discard Deep Knowledge to Ariston to draw a card, another Out of the Wild. I forgot to shuffle the encounter deck, so look at the top 5. Sleeping Sentry goes to the victory display. And then I pay 5 resources for Gandalf and drop my threat by 5 again. Over here, I'm going to pay 4 resources for my final modern tracker. Yeah, let's have on this deck, okay. So, questing for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 13, 14 on 11 resource to N, 18, 21, 3 progress on each of these locations, so they are both explored, meaning I have a staging area with 0 threat in it, and also I'm going to spend these 3 resources to drop this deck's threat by 6 with the Galadriel's Greeting. So I'm casting for 21 against nothing, I reveal, followed by Night. All enemies engaged with players make an immediate attack. Vicious Trackers. potentially very annoying card because while they're engaged with a player, that player is considered to have plus 20 threat for the purposes of engagement checks only, although it wouldn't have been too bad because they just end up engaged with this deck, which is intended to engage all the enemies, while this deck just focuses on questing how they're killing things, but as it is, they land on the ranger spikes and surge into undisturbed bones. So, well, that means 3 damage to a northern tracker who dies, and a lot of damage to any of these allies. Let's just kill the Dunedain Wanderer because he's not going to do anything. So that's my staging. There is still no threat in the staging area, and I can exhaust Faramir, targeting this deck to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra points of willpower, so I'm questing for 28 against 0. Just for the hell of it, I can also discard to Aelin. So I'm questing for 30, I make 30 progress. I almost complete the quest twice over. I win the game. That is a very good score. I don't bother that much with score, but I suppose I didn't take too long to complete the quest, and I had rather low threat. So yeah, that's Nightmare Road to Rivendell. I sort of sidestepped a lot of the things about it which could have been annoying, which arguably doesn't show the quest off to fullest effect, but showing the quest off to fullest effect would be very annoying because it contains a lot of things that I don't like. We did see some of the things that I really don't like. So, I mean, I talked about the vicious trackers. They can be a serious problem. The Orc Raiders, actually, it's kind of annoying with the discarding attachments, but I designed the decks such that this deck wasn't really going to have a lot of attachments in play. The Gondorian Shields and I suppose Ancient Madams were the only attachments that this deck would control. Other things were supposed to be played cross-table. Maybe Bergol could have gotten an unexpected courage as well. Sleeping Sentry, of course, is really stupid. Orc Ambush can be really stupid. The Orc Elfstalker really annoys me. Just, there shouldn't... An enemy with 5 engagement cost and 5 attack is just unreasonable to me. It's a similar principle to the Snow Giant in Nightmare Redhorn Gate. Something with that high attack should be something that you have a means of avoiding. The Elfstalker you don't, especially because it has ambush as well, so it's just going to engage whoever is first player when it's revealed, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's also notable, I think, that obviously the Dwarf cycle is when secrecy was first becoming a thing, and if you look at all the enemies from the base quest, and indeed all the enemies in the Nightmare quest, apart from the Uruk Elfstalker, there's the ambush keyword all over the place, but the lowest engagement cost is 21, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that this was designed with secrecy in mind, so that if you're in secrecy, none of the enemies would ambush you, and the Uruk Elfstalker goes against that. The Combine are really annoying because they could potentially give you a Sleeping Sentry that you can't cancel. Sleeping Sentry, of course. The Shadow effect is also really bad. There's a reason that I brought both Balin and Eleanor to this quest, so that I would always have cancellation for treacheries and shadows available, unless the Combine stopped me. Yeah, that's basically all the stuff that bothers me. Decks performed pretty great. I had an interesting test play where this deck did not draw a resourceful until pretty much the end of the game, at which point they were irrelevant, obviously, but it did better this time. And this deck, was a surprisingly lackluster board state, but well, I suppose part of the board state it contributed was Unexpected Courage, Dagger of Westerness, and 2 Blue Mountain Traders. So yeah, finding another Gold Shield would have been nice, Feints could have been useful, all the other allies are good, but there was nothing particularly essential. Not even Test of Will, because I had Eleanor, because of course I brought Eleanor to Road to Rivendell. So that was very successful. Next up is Watcher in the Water. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this and enjoyed my other content, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Follow the links in the description or possibly at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.